What is going on, everybody? All right, so today we're going to be talking about multiple offers and how you should be approaching them. Now, they have slowed down significantly since last year's crazy market. However, we're still seeing them take place with properties that are really priced well, show really well, and usually in the first-time buyer price point. Now, I want to try and touch on how to approach it as a seller as well as a buyer. However, I'm going to focus more on the buyer for this vlog because it's a lot more nerve-wracking to be a buyer going into a multiple offer situation as opposed to being a seller going, oh, I want to pick that one, right? So it's a little bit more difficult to be a buyer when you're getting involved in multiple offers because there's so much uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen. So we'll focus on that one for now. So what you should be doing is coming in with your best foot forward. Do not try and play games or negotiate. There's a lot of agents out there that will straight up just look at the offers and will not even allow the agents another chance to improve their offer. And I always say, look, go in with your best offer. If you don't get it, you can walk away saying, okay, you know what, it didn't work out for us, on to the next one. Do not get emotional about the situation. If you don't win this house, there's another one. And if you really don't think there's another one like this and you don't want to miss out on it, then that should really, you should keep that in mind when you're putting the offer in, okay? However, a majority of people, if you're putting an offer in at something at $475,000, $500,000, there is going to be something comparable coming up in the market. You just have to stay diligent and keep at it. But you don't want to make sure, or you want to make sure that you don't get too emotional about it and overpay for a property because you see it happening all the time, and a lot of bad things can happen. It's a bad chain reaction, which we'll touch on another day. So you're going to come with your best foot forward. You're going to put a price that if you don't get it, you're not going to be disappointed. You say, okay, you know what, we tried. That was our, that price point we're comfortable with. We're not willing to pay more. You're going to talk to your agent. You're going to be educated as well because I'm sure you're going to have seen a few homes similar to that in the market at that time. So you're going to decide what you feel is going to be your best shot. Now, you put in an offer based on your price. What are you going to do about your conditions? Usually with any offer, you've got conditions of financing as well as inspection. First and foremost, get rid of that financing condition. Like I said in other vlogs, you should not even have started your search until you had a firm pre-approval from a bank. And when you get a firm pre-approval from your bank, it is on paper, okay? And this is one of the reasons, is because when you put an offer in, you can show the people, hey, look, we're not coming in with a financing condition. And it's not like you're just getting rid of it because you want the house and you're gonna have to call them in a week or two or a month or a week before closing and say, hey, you know what, we didn't get our financing ready, we can't close on this property. You're gonna have a piece of paper stating, hey, such and such is pre-approved for X amount of dollars, okay? So your pre-approval is good to go. You're not gonna include a financing condition. Now we've got our inspection condition. I never recommend anyone to buy a home without having it inspected. So you should do a couple things. Number one, you should have the inspection done before the offer deadline. If you really want the property, you want to come in firm. The more conditions you have in an offer, the less appealing it's going to be for the seller. Okay, and I understand where they're coming from because I represented sellers many times where we decided to go with less money but with somebody that had a higher deposit and we felt more comfortable with because they had gotten rid of all their conditions. Now, it's not like you're just buying it sight unseen. You do an inspection prior. It's going to allow you to understand exactly what's wrong with the house, any deficiencies, and go from there. The less conditions, the better for you, okay? We had 2 different clients put an offer in this week on multiple offers, both different scenarios, both different buyers. And so there's no set way to approach it. I've heard some agents say, for every offer that's registered, you add your $5,000 onto the purchase price. That's not true. There's no structure involved. You've got to literally just look at the situation, base it on what you believe the property is worth, and come in with your best foot forward. We put an offer in on one home in Bowmanville. We ended up getting it. I don't believe we were the most aggressive offer price-wise. However, we were firm. We knew the seller's situation. They had a newborn baby as well as a 3-year-old. The last thing a seller wants to deal with is more showings and have people coming in and out. So we just said, you know what, we're coming in firm, we're giving you a really good price, see what happens. All right, but you never know. There's no way you can guarantee it. There's no way I can ever tell you, okay, if you do this, you're going to get the home. We had another situation where we felt very comfortable, we felt very confident that our price point was very fair. And again, it was only 1-day conditional. We ended up getting blown out of the water by somebody that really wanted that home, somebody that's been looking a little bit longer than we had, and we can't control that. So we put the offer in, we lost. We just got to keep it moving. So there is no set way to approach an offer, guys. However, you just have to look at The less conditions, the better. You want to make your property or your offer as appealing as possible for the sellers. You might want to give them a little bio about yourself as well. Let them understand what the situation is. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to dollars and cents. So make sure you're coming in with a price point that's fair. I've had my situation. I had a multiple offer situation on my listing I had in Whitby, and somebody actually came in under asking when we've had 3 offers registered on the market. That agent didn't do a good job of educating his or her clients on what they should be doing. There's absolutely no way you're going to even come close to winning if you're coming in way under asking, where the sellers wouldn't normally have even accepted your offer if it was one-on-one, let alone a multiple offer situation. So you've got to know the situation, know the outside circumstances to make a better judgment call. So as always, if you have any questions, you need any help with this market, please never hesitate to let us know. We've got agents on call all the time willing to help you guys out. So Jacob at SoldByJacob.com, Facebook, Instagram, make sure you follow us at SoldByJacob. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye guys.